In the gang here at Snappy Tomato Pizza and UT Martin women's basketball coach Kevin McMillan. Okay, I have all kinds of questions because we've not been in this situation with you as the women's team. We'll go to the NIT. Now, here's how it works. If your team wins the regular season championship, you automatically go to postseason play. But to get to go to the NCAA tournament, you need to win your tournament, your conference tournament championship.
Can we change that?
Yeah.
Let's change that.
Skyhawks fell in overtime, 64-60, as a Tennessee State won, so they punched their ticket to the big dance. And you said, let's just stop right there. You said that Tennessee State will represent the Ohio Valley Conference well in the NCAA tournament.
I think they will. The biggest question is going to be, do they get shocked in the first 10 minutes of the game?
Yeah, because they haven't been there.
Because they haven't done it, and if they don't, they could represent us well. And I go back to their game with Kentucky, and I've talked about it over and over and over. But they went to Kentucky and got beat 87-75. I don't think we could do that. We couldn't score that much against Kentucky. We couldn't play that kind of pace, and they have the potential to represent the OVC very well. And this is where me and most of the coaches in the league separate. I want TSU to do well in the tournament because they're from our conference.
Right.
And most of the coaches in the tournament don't really care how the other one does. They don't want each other to do well. They want them to do bad because they want it to look better. And if TSU wins, if they could win a game in the tournament, do you think I'm going to be sitting here going, look, we beat them in the regular season, and then they had to go to overtime to beat us, and then they went to the NCAA tournament one. See what we were right there. And that's the way I'm going to spin it if I'm out recruiting. And look, we played North Carolina 2 last year. This is what happened this year, so we're right on the edge. Here we go. Our conference is coming, da-da-da-da-da. So why we have coaches in our conference that aren't trying to do the same thing, I don't know. But I really hope TSU does well in tournament.
And Tennessee State got better as the season progressed. I thought they were a better team in the tournament than we saw in the regular season.
They were.
So with you losing that championship game, you automatically go to the NIT because you won the regular season and did it.
And we're pouting about that. Have we said that?
Yeah,
we've said that.
Now, the NIT is a little bit different than the NCAA tournament in that the NCAA will pick the teams, and then the teams that didn't make the NCAA tournament most likely will go to the NIT. What are your thoughts about just playing in the NIT?
Well, the NIT, and I've said this forever, is probably a better tournament for mid-majors to play in. It's still similar because we're going to have to play at home sites. The NCAA went to that this year for the top 4 seeds, which is going to be awful. I'm predicting right now there will be no upsets. 1, 2, 3, or 4 seeds this year. No upsets. So I'm going to go on record and predict
it makes a rather boring tournament.
It's going to be a boring tournament, and but that's what the powers that be want in the NCAA women's tournament, which I disagree with, but nobody asked me. So I think if they want to have an exciting tournament, play the 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds, go to the 16, 15, 14, 13 places.
Oh, well.
Play those games.
That'll never happen.
I guarantee you. But it's a simple question. If we had been a 16 seed this year, if we'd gotten in, we'd beat TSU, and we were a 16 or a 15 or 14 or 13. Let's just say that's what we were. And we had to play Tennessee. Let's don't use Tennessee because Tennessee's going to pack their place anyway. Let's say we played Maryland.
Okay.
How many people you think would be?
It would be sold out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, okay, let's say we played North Carolina. What would it be?
Sold out.
Sold out. We went to North Carolina last year, and they sold about 3,000 tickets.
Right.
There would be 7,000 sold. They'd make more money if they'd play it at it. So why not, if they're worried about the money, why not play it at that site? Well, because they're not very smart. Anyway, the NIT sorry, Chris, is very similar in that it's going to be at home sites, but there's a bidding process that goes on, an availability of arenas. You know, we could literally be a 16 seed in the NIT and host a 1 because the 1's gym is unavailable.
Right.
So that's possible in the NIT, which makes it more interesting. The problem is for mid-majors, you're now going to pick up the BCS schools that are in the middle of their conference. You're not going to get the worst BCS schools. You're going to get the middle teams that just missed the NCAA tournament. So it's a hard tournament to win for a mid-major. Matter of fact, mid-majors don't win it very often. But mid-majors have a better chance than you do than playing the top-level BCS. It's like you do in the NCAA tournament.
But as you said, the seeding is more about money and travel.
It's more about regional travel and availability. So that's where – and the thing about it is they're honest about the way they do it, which I love. I mean, look, guys, this is how we're doing it. And so you kind of know what you're getting into. You may get bumped 3 places on a seed because you don't have to travel as far.
Right.
Well, if you're going to tell me that on the front end, I don't have a problem.
But it
with
could help you as much as it could hurt you. It could
hurt
go
you.
the other way.
Yeah, it could. I mean, we could be playing. I would guess we're going to play somewhere within 4 or 5 hours of Martin if we travel, but we could host. You don't know.
We will know Monday night.
Monday
night.
night.
Not tonight, a week from tonight.
Yeah, a week from tonight, sometime after the NCAA tournament, it will be posted on the internet, and we will know exactly what we're doing, and we'll immediately try to get information out. The sports information folks will do a great job, and they'll let everybody know what's going on.
And a lot of it has to do with what happens in the other tournaments,
Yeah, it'll all the NIT, bless their hearts, are waiting on are the last 4.
Yeah.
That's all they're waiting on because they don't know who those last 4 are because if the last 4 don't go to the NCAA tournament, they're going to go to the NIT. So their bracket is pretty much set except for those last 4 teams, and then but you can't do a bracket not knowing 4 teams because those 4 could go anywhere. But it'll go out Sunday night late and Monday night late, and we'll figure out where we're going or if we're hosting. We have put in to host a first round game, and I would like to see. Here's a challenge to our fans. I would like to see one of the biggest reason I'd like to host is I'd like to see what our crowd did.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to see if we could have a big crowd for a first round NIT game. It's going to be a challenge, no matter what we do and who we play. We got a much better chance of winning at home with our fans than we do going on the road. I mean, it's just going to be a lot tougher. But we're thrilled. Honestly, we are thrilled, even though we're still pouting. Have we said that we're pouting? We're thrilled that there's only 128 teams that get to do this.
Yes.
So there's 240, 230, something like that. There's 230 teams that are sitting at the house that would trade places with us in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
And to be going to the postseason for the 5th straight year, postseason anything, is a great feat for our program, and we're proud to be able to say that we're doing that. But like our fans, our expectations are high, and we're pouting.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up on that, Coach. We'll talk to you next week. I can't guarantee we'll have Skyhawk Talk because we may be with a men's team somewhere. We'll see. But if we do have Skyhawk Talk, we'll have it on.
You don't want me to call into the men's pregame show?
We could do that. You can do caller if you wanted to. Thank you, Coach. That's Coach Kevin McMillan. Coach Heath Schroyer coming up next when we look ahead to the men's postseason event that's set to take place, and also back at the Ohio Valley Conference Tournament on the UT Martin Skyhawk Sports Network.
What does it mean to add refreshing Coca-Cola to an ordinary day? It means your family's celebrating the 5th of July. It's turning the living room floor into the best seat in the house. We're spending a weekend losing your voice while finding it. It means sitting